Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Mel and today it is TBR BLUFF time. I cannot believe that it's already the end of September, but we're here, we're doing the thing. Today we are joined, and probably for all of the month of October, we will be joined by our very special guest, Bob. Say hello, Bob. Please be nice to me with the TBR. You will? Are you sure? Okay. He said he'll be nice. So, I am super excited for it to be spooky season. I love the fall, but October is my time to shine. I love it. There's football, there's bonfires, all of the bugs start to die. Praise the Lord. And it just really is generally a great time of year. Halloween, spooky movies, spooky books. I'm living it. So, this month is chock full of so many books. Like a fraction of what is on this TBR is what I'm actually going to be reading in the month of October. I want to let you guys know that I am going to be doing something very special in October, and that is Book-o-ween, which is a full week of videos from me starting Tuesday, October 25th and running until Monday, October 31st. I am so very excited to be bringing you Book-o-ween for the first time. It's awesome. It's going to be great, and I hope you guys really enjoy that as well. Otherwise, there will be a vlog every Monday that is themed leading up to Book-o-ween, and then I will also have some sort of other shorter just sit-down video on Thursdays with the occasional bonus video on Saturday. So October's going to be a busy month, but we're going to get through it one way or the other. First, before we jump into TBR BLUFF for October, let's talk about books and how I did last month. I lost my list. It was Bookopoly and TBR BLUFF month, and I have no idea where my list went. But what I can tell you is, as of filming this, which is a week ahead of when it's going to go up, I have 2 books left to read. One is The Last Housewife, which I will absolutely be getting done before the end of the month, so no punishment there. The other one was The Archive of the Forgotten. That one's not getting read. That one will be read at the end of October. It's not going to be getting read now, so I did have to take a punishment, and therefore I will be doing 6 rolls for October, which is not ideal with everything else that I have to read, but here we are. The only book that I absolutely have to read in the month of October is The Shadow of What Was Lost by James Islington. This is the Backlist Book Club pick hosted by Covers with Cassidy. I have read this one before. It was one of my first vlogs that I will link up here. It was Bobby's pick for me. And so if I don't get this read, unless it's on the TBR somewhere else, it's not the end of the world, which is good because he's a big boy. I think that is all of the mandatory reads. Late Night Crew will be doing a read, but we're going to pick something that we can read in one night of sprints. I don't know what it'll be yet. A birdie told me it might be Kraken Smut. A birdie said. It hasn't been fully decided, but a birdie said. You heard it here first, folks. Anyway, without further ado, I guess let's just jump on into the rolls. Oh, I did forget that I need to do my Witch's Brew mug from my Patreons, because that wouldn't be very nice of me not to do that since I finished Heartbones, would it? Okay, okay. So, let's write that up? Yeah. Furies of the Cauldron from William. Thank you, William. As you guys know, I happen to like Jim Butcher. I think that he's great. Bob here is named after the skull demon in the Dresden Files, so I think that Furies of the Cauldron is quite fitting. Okay, now let's jump into the rolls. Okay, TBR BLUFF roll number 1. We have 2 6s, a 2, a 3, and a 5. I think I'm going to keep the 2 6s. So we got another 6, a 3, and a 1. So I think I'm going to try my hat at re-rolling the 3 and the 1. Okay, now I have 3 6s and 2 2s. Okay, so this is what the board is looking like right now. There are a lot of things covered up, which is a little bit terrifying, but let's just see what we're gonna get. So for the first roll, we had 2 2s and 3 6s. So I think since we have already used the 2 6s and the 2 2s, and I don't think that there's another one on the board, I'm pretty sure that I am allowed to go with the 3 6s prompt, which is going to be debut author. Alright, so for roll number 1, we got a debut author, and for this one, I am going to be doing Old Country by Matt Curie and Harrison Curie. I did check, and I could not find anything from either of these authors on Goodreads. This one I am super interested in. It's based on a Reddit sensation, and it's a horror about a young couple who buys the perfect secluded house only to discover the terror within. They buy their dream home kind of out in the middle of nowhere, and even all of their family and friends think that it's kind of weird for a young professional couple, but it's what they want, and so they buy this secluded house anyway. But suddenly their neighbors come to give them a very unsettling housewarming gift. They tell them that the house is occupied by a malevolent spirit, and every season is going to haunt them in a new way. In spring, they start to see what the neighbors meant, and it is bone-chilling. This sounds like a really cool, unique haunted house story, and I've heard some really good things, especially from my Patreon, Sammy. She said the audiobook was atmospheric, scary, really entertaining, kind of wild, so I'm really, really excited to get to this one. And I love this cover. I think it is the perfect October read. TBR Bluff roll number 2. So that's 2 3s, a 4, a 6, and a 1. So you know the drill, we're keeping the double. That gives us another 3 and 2 6s. Unfortunately, I do have to roll 3 times. I would love to just keep this, but I have to roll again, so I guess I'm going to re-roll the 2 6s. And that's a 6 and a 5. Okay, and for our next roll, we had 3 3s, a 6, and a 5. So I think I'm going to have to try to do something with the 3 3s if I can. But unfortunately, it's looking like all I have left in the triples is a 2 2, a 1 1. Oh wait, I see a 3 3, non-Western setting. For roll number 2, we got a non-Western setting, and for this one I think I'm going to be going with The Nesting by C.J. Cook. This one is set in Norway. It's about an architect who is determined to finish this environmentally friendly home in the same place where he lost his wife to suicide. It was their dream home, and he really just wants to honor her with it. Lexi takes a job as his nanny and immediately falls in love with his 2 younger daughters. But something feels off about this house nestled kind of in the middle of nowhere, and she sees mysterious footprints inside the home. Aurelia appears in Lexi's room one day, and one of the daughter keeps telling the nanny about the mysterious sad lady. Soon she suspects that the wife did not kill herself, and they're all in danger from something far more sinister lurking around them. It sounds, again, kind of like a haunted house story. I have read The Lighthouse Witches by C.J. Cook and really enjoyed it, so I'm hoping that this like gothic haunted house thriller or horror is going to be right up my alley. TBR Bluff roll number 3. Two 4s, 2 1s, and a 3. For now, I'm going to keep the 2 4s and the 2 1s, and I'm going to try to re-roll the 3. That gave me a 5, so I guess we're going to re-roll one more time. And a 5 again, so 2 1s, 2 4s, and a 5. Okay, and for the next one, we had 2 4s, 2 2s, and a 5. Editing Mel popping in to say, yes, I completely looked at those prompts wrong. And I even double checked everything multiple times to make sure I would not get it wrong, but I did. I actually rolled 2 4s, 2 1s, and a 5, which if I had done it correctly still would have given me a prompt. It wouldn't have added a roll. It would have been award winner. So I think that because everything is filmed, the book is picked, and I really, really like the book, we're just going to roll with it and just consider it my bluff. We're just going to consider it my bluff. We're going to go with it. Anyway, back to the video. So I'm looking for probably 2 4s and 2 2s. And I see TBR Vet. Is there another one of those on the board? There is. There is a sub box pick. I really hate TBR Vet. I actually got that last month for Book-o-ween and I despise it. But I can't think of anything in a sub box that I want to read right now, so we're going to go with TBR Vet. Next up, we have TBR Vet, and for this one, I think I'm going to be going with The Lights of Prague by Nicole Jarvis. If you watched my TBR last month, you know that this was one of the contenders for TBR Vet. That month, I ended up going with The Archive of the Forgotten. I decided since we did that last month and it didn't work out, we'll try this one this month. This one is, I think, gothic historical fantasy. It's about Prague, where all manner of mysterious creatures lurk in the shadows. Their only hope against the tide of predators are the Lamplighters, a secret elite monster hunters whose light staves off the darkness each night. When our main character, Dominic, finds himself stalked by the spirit of the White Lady, a ghost who haunts the barrack halls of the Prague castle, he stumbles across the sentient essence of a will-o'-the-wisp captured in a mysterious container. Now, as its bearer, he wields its power, but the wisp, known for leading travelers to their deaths, will not be so easily controlled. Sounds really interesting. I've not heard a ton of people talk about this, but I've seen it around, so I'm really excited to give it a try. TBR Bluff, roll number 4. Two ones, 2 sixes, and a 3. We've had a lot of 6s coming up, but I think I am going to re-roll the 3. A 3 again. We have to roll one more time, so I'm going to try one last time. And apparently the 3s love me. Okay, so 2 1s, 2 6s, and a 3. Okay, so for roll number 5, we had 2 1s, 2 6s, and a 3. So I can already see my 2 6s and 2 1s. We have our little helper, and that is a KU book. I'm excited about that. Hey, stop helping. Beep beep. Next up, we have a KU book, and for this one, it's the one that I gave my Patreons to vote on. I gave them 3 different options. The first one was Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRoe. This is a paranormal romance about a girl and a demon. Becca just read it, Steph Loves just read it, and they both really enjoyed it, so I'm looking forward to it. I also gave them Threadlight number 2, which is one of the ones that I need to read by Zach Argyle. This one is about thread weavers who are able to like push and pull against the threads of the world, but suddenly they realize that there is more to the magic than they ever were taught. And then I also gave them one that is not on my mandatory TBR for the month, and that is Blood Orange by Karina Holly. This is a vampire romance. I've read some Karina Holly in the before that I really enjoyed, and I've also read some that I gave 2 stars. So a little bit of a hit or miss, but again, another paranormal romance, and it just seems fitting for the month of October. And so I will pop up here in the corner. That was their pick. I don't know what it is. Hopefully it was a good one. TBR Bluff, roll number 5. Good grief at the 6s. So 2 6s, a 3, a 5, and a 4. I'm a little scared to keep going with the 6s because the board is starting to get filled up, and the more 6s we have, the more things I have to cover up, and the more likely I have to roll another time. But we're just going to keep them for now and re-roll the other 3. That's 2 1s and a 5. Last time I got 2 6s, 2 1s, and another one, and so I've already kind of used that prompt. So I'm going to re-roll the... You know what? I'm going to re-roll the 2 6s and the 5, and we're going to see what happens. 3 1s, a 4, and a 2. Okay? We have 3 1s, a 4, and a 2. So for 3 1, I can either do a book I previously DNF'd or a blurbed book. And I always feel like blurbed is fun, so I think I'm going to go with a blurbed book. For roll number 5, we got Blurbed, and for this one, really the concept is just that I have to find a book blurbed by an author that I have given their book 4 or more stars before. So I did a little bit of digging, and I managed to find one blurbed by Lana Harper, which is the author of Payback's a Witch. I read last year and really enjoyed, and that is The Witches of Moonshine Manor by Bianca Marias. This one just came out. I had a really hard time getting a hold of it, but it is about a coven of modern-day witches, a magical heist gone wrong, and a looming threat. Sounds really interesting. I'm really in the mood right now for cozy witchy reads. They're perfect for like that foggy morning and late night with a candle. It's right at my alley. So this is probably going to be read for something very special at the beginning of the month. I'm hosting the Graveyard Smash, which is a 24-hour readathon with my Patreons that's going to be running from October 7th through October 8th. Again, link down in the description if you want to join. Absolutely no pressure. Just wanted to let you guys know it was happening. So I'm going to be reading a bunch of cozy witchy reads for this 24 hours, and this will be one of them. And sadly, we do have another roll, so TBR Bluff roll number 6. One 6, 2 4s, a 1, and a 2. So we're going to keep the 2 4s. Two 3s and a 6. So let's just re-roll the 6. And a 5. So we ended up with 2 3s, 2 4s, and a 5. And last but not least, hopefully if I can find it on the board, is 2 4s and 2 3s. And just glancing, I think I have 2 options here. I can either do a fantasy or a pet pick. We all love pet pick, so I think I'm going to go with that one. And that's what the board is looking like with everything covered up. That's a little terrifying. All right. We have the Secret Society of Irregular Witches, we have Shadow of What Was Lost, and we have Furies of the Cauldron. So let's see what the little monster picks. Oh, looks like it is going to be the Secret Society of Irregular Witches. And last but not least, you guys saw the pet pick. You saw what Ollie picked out for me, and that is the Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Manadana. I hope I didn't butcher that completely. I have heard such good things about this. I have heard that it's a very cozy witchy read, and I don't think I've seen anybody give it less than 4 stars. This will also be read for that 24-hour readathon. I also have 2 other books which I will keep secret from you guys, but this one just says it is a warm and uplifting novel about an isolated witch whose opportunity to embrace a quirky new family and a new love changes the course of her life. And I think it's about a woman that goes to this like school, and she is a witch and has to teach other like younger witches, if I'm not mistaken. I'm really excited for this one. Again, I've heard so many good things, even from people that don't usually read this type of story have really enjoyed it, so I'm super excited. Okay guys, so I think that is all of the books that are going to be on my official TBR Bluff for the month of October. There are so many others that I plan to read. Please hit subscribe down below and the bell so that you don't miss out on any of that. October is going to be such a fun month. I'm so very excited. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down in the description what you are most excited to read in the month of October. Are you going to be leaning into the spooky horror thriller? You going to be leaning cozy? Or are you not really a seasonal reader at all and you just don't care? If you don't really have anything to say, but you want to let me know you were here, please give me a ghost emoji down in the comment section. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you wanna. If you want to spend a little bit more time with me, again, Patreon is linked down below, as well as links to my Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!